What if the real crisis isn't poverty? But what happens when there's more than enough and only a few get to decide what's done with it? Look at two cities, two very different futures. And one defining question: who controls the surplus? After World War II, Chongqing, China, chose deliberate investment, long-term planning, and public accountability. Leaders didn't chase quick gains in one industry. They built across manufacturing, logistics, education, and infrastructure. They reinvested surplus into schools, housing, and transit, things that made everyday life stronger. That wasn't an accident. It was planning. A choice to spread prosperity. Now, compare it to Detroit. For a time, the city thrived. Factories were humming, wages supported middle-class lives, and it seemed the good years would never end. But all that power, the surplus, was concentrated in just a few auto executives. When they decided to chase cheaper labor, cut costs, and move jobs overseas, Detroit collapsed. Public services withered. Neighborhoods emptied out. Workers who built the value were abandoned, while profits were used for political influence and stock buybacks. That's the danger when decisions about surplus stay at the very top. It's not just history, it's the cycle we're still living today. Companies consolidate, hoard profits, and leave workers powerless. So here's the bigger question: who should decide the future? We've been told public planning is government overreach, while private planning by unelected billionaires is freedom. But Detroit shows what happens when workers are locked out of the future they built. That's where worker-to-owner comes in. Worker-to-owner isn't about charity or some far-off dream, it's about reclaiming the power to plan. It transitions businesses into worker-owned enterprises so the people creating the value also decide how it's used. Instead of surplus being hoarded or siphoned off, WTO reinvests it into better wages, secure retirements, stronger communities, and lasting stability. Workers become co-owners with both a financial stake and a real voice. Think of it this way: surplus isn't just leftover profit. It's momentum, it's capacity. It's the freedom to build a future. Chongqing chose to plan. It thrived. Detroit left planning to a few. It fell. The choice is still in front of us. Worker-to-owner is the path where surplus becomes a shared tool, not a private prize. A path where work and ownership meet. And a path where long-term prosperity isn't a gamble, it's a plan. That's the worker-to-owner way.